insurance. This is Tony Cañas, Chief Motivational Officer at Insurance Nerds and PNC Client Advisor at the Jacobson Group, and I'm recording from Boston today, early morning before attending the APCIA meeting. Today, I want to talk to you about happiness. And I know it's a little bit of a squishy topic, but ultimately the reason we talk so much about careers and how to grow your career within insurance is because we want you to be successful and we want you to be happy. I'm gonna try to talk about happiness from an empirically based perspective. There's this guy whose story I need to tell you in order to dig into my idea for today. And this guy's name is Shawn Achor. And Shawn Achor was a very average Midwestern type kid. I think he was actually from Texas, but a very average middle class kid. And on a dare, he applied to Harvard. And he was the first person in his family to apply to Harvard, and he got in. And well, if you get into Harvard, you try to go to Harvard, right? Like it'd be crazy not to go. So anyway, so he went to Harvard, and for, like I said, a very middle class kid, and he got to Harvard and was very surprised to see that many of his classmates were pretty unhappy, and he couldn't understand that. He couldn't get his head around that because after all, these kids that he was going to school with have the world like by the neck. Right, that they're from rich families, they have all the political connections they could need. Like a Harvard degree pretty much guarantees them making a really nice living. So why would they be unhappy? So anyway, so he ended up staying at Harvard for 12 years and doing a lot of research on happiness. And he found a few very interesting things. So it turns out that the math that society has told us that success leads to happiness. So I'm gonna do my best to be successful because that will lead me to be happy is wrong. What he found is that it's the other way around. Happiness leads to success. Basically, in his longitudinal study at Harvard and then repeated it in other parts of the country and the world, he found the kids who were happier at the beginning do better, and balancing out for social class, for their parents' wealth and all that. The kids that were happier at the beginning ended up being more successful at the end. The book is called The Happiness Advantage, and I'll definitely link it on the notes. But about halfway through the book, he says, I would be kind of a mean guy if I spent this whole book telling you about how being happy will lead you to be successful, and then was like, too bad you're not happy, right? So basically, his research has found several empirically based ways, things you can do that will lead you to be happier and a more sustainable level of happiness. And that's what I want to talk about. And this book I read originally in 2011, just after I finished CPCU, but before the CPCU annual meeting. And it became really, really life-changing for me. So here's a few quick tips from the Happiness Advantage on how to be happier. Okay, number one, give yourself little bursts of happiness throughout the day. Okay, happiness is all about the little things. So keep photos of the important people in your life, and every hour, especially if you're feeling down, take 30 seconds to look away from the computer and look at those pictures, your kids, your pets, your hobbies, your family, whatever it is, your traveling, whatever it is that makes you happy. Take some time to look at those pictures and remember what it is, why it is that you do what you do. So give yourself a little burst of happiness. Number two, meditate. And I know that it sounds very, very wishy-washy, and I'm not a meditator myself, but the research is very clear that meditation reduces anxiety, depression, and stress. It speeds up your brain, reduces the risk of heart disease, and improves memory, and all these things will make you happier. You don't have to become a Buddhist or a yogi. For a secular view, empirically based view at meditation, take a look at mindfulness. Mindfulness, I have a lot of friends who are very scientifically driven, very, they have PhDs in different subjects, and they seem to all be into mindfulness. Mindfulness is empirically shown to have significant advantages, and it is a completely not mythical type of meditation. Number three, have something to look forward to. Always have something on the horizon that you're excited about. And if you don't have something, plan something. Myself and my girlfriend are very, very careful on this one. We travel is big for us. It's one of the things that we live for. And so we always have a trip planned so that we have that to look forward to. So we're always a few weeks or at most a few months away from a really awesome trip. And that always keeps us going. It gives us that oomph to keep going. So have something to look forward to, and if not, plan something to look forward to, and keep a reminder of that. Keep a day count for it. Number four, commit acts of kindness. It turns out that it's not just a cliche, and giving really is better than receiving when it comes to your happiness. The more you give, the happier you'll be. It is incredible. It's a weird part of the way that humans work, but it works. Exercise, and I'm really bad at this one, but the research is exhaustive that exercise is really, really, really good, not only for your physical health, but it also releases endorphins, which quite literally make you happier. So exercise also helps you think more clearly. Jump in, do some exercise. I need to get back to it. I need to go back to lifting weights. Promise I'll do it early next year. I want to skip number 6 for now. Number 7, make a list of things that you're thankful for every day. Thankfulness, it turns out, is a huge part of happiness. So the Buddhists were right, basically, in that the happiest person is not the person that has everything, is the person that needs nothing else. The person that is happy with what they have. Every day, write down when you get to work or when you wake up, at the top of your notebook at work or your wherever you keep your notes, write down 3 things that you're thankful for. And then I'm gonna spend the last couple of minutes I have today to talk about the one thing from this book. And there's more things in the book. These are just the things that kind of spoke to me. But the one that really changed my life is spend money on experiences, not stuff. Okay, it turns out buying new stuff like a new Mac, the latest iPhone, etc., gives you a short-lasting burst of happiness. Okay, when it comes to your happiness, you are much better off spending money on experiences that bring you long-lasting happiness. So the way that this manifested in my life, I read this book just before going to the CPC Society annual meeting in Vegas in 2011. We went to 5 shows in 6 days, and that week continues to be one of my favorite weeks ever. And after that was with my ex-girlfriend, with my new girlfriend, who's been with me for the last almost 7 years. She's a big traveler, and she has really shown me the world. I have made a priority of traveling with her, and we budget accordingly for the year. She has been to 62 countries in her 35 years. I've been to 53, 54 of those with her, and those are my best memories ever. Those memories bring me such intense happiness. She runs a travel blog. I'll include the link to her travel blog in the description if you want to check it out. Our next trip coming up is to Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. So we travel all over the world. In order to do it, you have to make it a priority. But anyway, the biggest thing that I can tell you in order to increase your happiness and thus in the long term increase your success is spend money on experiences, not on stuff. And I'm not saying I don't buy electronics, I do. And I love my electronics, but I prioritize experiences. This is Tony Cañas, and this was Hey Insurance. I'm not sure when this episode will go live. Make sure to subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the subscribe button. If you're watching it on LinkedIn, hit like, and subscribe to the Insurance Nerds YouTube channel for more great video content, and to the Insurance Nerdery YouTube channel, which is also by insurance nerds, but much higher quality content than my daily video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful. Comment below, share with others, comment on how you're gonna change, if you're gonna try any of the things that I suggested, or if you're gonna read the book, or if you've read the book and there's some other stuff that I missed because there's so much in the book. Comment below. TC out.